Welcome back to the channel. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. When this whole Jordan Poole trade first happened that involved CP3, I think everyone was shocked. And I think it took a couple weeks to figure out what was going on. And I sit back as well and kind of was trying to figure out what was going on. And now we know why. As I posted previously a video on the new CBA, and that what this was about. And also you're mixing something with Draymond, and we'll get to that in a moment. This new CBA is why Jordan Poole is currently in Washington. Because I was like, wait a minute, they just signed him to a $140 million type contract a year ago, after the whole thing with Draymond. So I'm like, what's going on here? Why is he being traded? And for a 38-year-old injury-prone point, Chris Paul, they're going to trade him for a guy. Yes, he has his answer. He has to grow up, but he can score in bunches. And when he starts, he is pretty good. So now being in Washington where he'll have a high usage rate, watch out. He might average 25 a game. Easy. So you're going to give up that kind of young, developing talent that you would hope those antics will slow down as he gets older. You're going to get that away for a 38-year-old injury-prone point guard who is solid, but your team is not one that needs a floor general. You're trying to run up and down and shoot threes and space in, pick and roll, coming off screens, whatever. Like, you're not really trying to have a floor general. Chris Paul had the ball in his hands the whole time. And no, you want to have Steph doing this thing still with his handles, but still coming off screens the whole thing. So it's not like how Chris Paul was that great of a need where you would trade this kind of valuable young player who could have been an asset in a different, bigger trade if he continued to play well into this season as the contract becomes less and less. It's going to then be a 3 or 2 year deal. You see what I'm saying? So to trade him, the CBA was why. There was nothing on the concrete ground that would make you think why. So you had to dig deeper. The new CBA, with the restrictions they're imposing on teams that are spending over the luxury tax and reaching into that second apron tile, there are serious restrictions that will hinder a team like Golden State, who has key star players paid. They need those mid-level exceptions. They need those things of that nature to build their team with good quality filling pieces around their stars. If they don't have those kind of moves available to them, and other teams have them more widespread because they have stayed under the cap, then yeah, you have a problem. You have a serious problem. Or they're not spending as much, you got a serious problem. You have a serious problem because having a bench matters, having depth matters. You can't just play 3-on-3 here and play those guys all season. They're going to be worn out. These are shooters. These are not inside guys who just bang, bang. They're shooters too. Remember that. They get a little tired, a little easier, I believe, especially with their legs. So the Jordan Poole move was a wow moment in the NBA because it shows you, okay, this new CBA is going to be a salary dump time now. And if you've seen it, it's happened all through this offseason in free agency. You've seen after the Warriors and Poole situation, you saw also in Atlanta a salary dump. You've also seen some high-priced signings, but those guys have been with their teams. And the new CBA is even more putting a emphasis on that. So this is a very interesting time for the Warriors because they had to basically say downsize for the sake of their future. Because a Steph Curry, a Klay Thompson, a Draymond Green won't be there 5 years from now, probably. So this is kind of it. This is the last hurrah. And you're going to need those mid-level exceptions and other little key things within the NBA that you can do to make your team better with good quality guys who come to your team that they believe you can win. You're going to need those available things. And in the new CBA, if you're overspending at a certain rate, those things will not be available to you. And that's a major problem for the Warriors that they had to get fixed. And in order to fix that, they had to let go of a really good at developing young player who have some annoying antics, but you would hope as they get older, those will quiet down. This new CBA is affecting this league in many ways, and there'll be more ways you will see coming forward very soon and into the future as well.